Tatis became the first major leaguer to accomplish this feat and set a new record with 8 RBI in the same inning. Not bad for a player who had never cleared the bases with a home run before in his major league career. St. Louis went on to win the game 12-5. Park was also on the mound when Barry Bonds of the San Francisco Giants hit his 71st home run of the season on October 5th, 2001. That round trip removed Bonds' pass card slugger Mark McGwire for the most home runs in one season. For good measure, Park also served up Bonds' 72nd home run later that same game. Park last pitched in the majors in 2010 and recorded 124 wins. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
Color pages.
Mega Tank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Mega Tank printer so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Mega Tank printer is available at Staples, Best Buy, and Walmart.
Daily reminder, Walmart has everyday low prices on all your weekly grocery essentials. And right now, you can get a 24-pack of cashmere bathroom tissue for the low price of only $12.97 each. Shop more low prices at Walmart. Save money. Live better.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Raptors game night. The Raptors getting set to tip off in Brooklyn against the Nets. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg with you. So, Josh, when you look at the lineup today, Abaji, Barrett, Mobo, Walter, and Shed, the bench should be Battle, Lawson, Robinson, Roden, Swider with support from Boucher and Temple. I mean, when you look at that, and obviously that's without Barnes, Ingram, Pirtle, Quickly, and Grady Dick, which is a pretty good starting lineup. You look at what the bench will be next year. That's going to be an interesting decision, isn't it?
For sure. I mean, this is a trial by fire. This is an audition, as you guys were talking about earlier. And the starting lineup that you just mentioned is the 37th different starting lineup that the Raptors have used this season. That's just one shy of matching the franchise record. So pretty good chance that they do that with 3 games left. And what that tells you is that a lot of different guys have gotten a lot of different types of opportunities, obviously starting the game, but a lot of guys have closed games. A lot of guys have played in tight games and have had to prove their worth there. So you're getting a look of what these guys can do. Obviously, it's good opportunity for the player, but it's good evaluation opportunity for the team. And you're right, next year, if everything goes according to plan, that's a pretty good projected starting lineup when you pencil it in. Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Pirtle. But from there, like all of a sudden, you've got some depth here. Ochai Agbaji, who, in my estimation, has been one of the better stories of the year, just in terms of his improvement. I mean, specifically his three-point shooting, but really all around. Like, he has shown that he is a really solid rotation player in this league, if not a starter. I really like the way he looks coming off the bench. Grady Dick, up and down season, and maybe he's still not right for a regular starting role, but all of a sudden, if you project him in as the 6th or 7th man, I think he looks a whole lot better there. And then the rookies, yeah, like the idea of having Jamal Shed as your backup point guard looks really good now that we've seen what he can do. Jacoby Walter is, I mean, maybe your 8th or 9th guy coming off the bench, considering how strong he's looked to close out this season. Mobo, I think at some point you're going to have to figure out who your backup 5 is, but these are all good problems to have. And all of a sudden, you've got some organizational depth that, quite frankly, this team didn't have a year ago at this time. So I think, considering that was one of the primary goals going into not only the season, but even rewind to the offseason and the draft, to find guys that you can slot in throughout your rotation, not just the number 1 or the number 2, but depth players. This organization has that now.
Warren, take us through the adjustment. Like, let's look at Jacoby Walter, who has the luxury of starting in a lot of minutes, and next year, limited minutes, specific situations. How difficult adjustment is that?
I don't think it'll be difficult for him. I think, for some guys it could be, because, a lot of players need consistency, but I think that's more of an ego thing than anything else. And I don't think anyone on the Raptors organization, I know they all have egos, but I don't think they ever allow that to get the best of them. I think they're really bought into what they're trying to accomplish, and adaptability. That is the number one in my guesstimation, one of the best traits you can have. And when it comes to roster depth, when it comes to, when it comes to Walter's minutes, he's going to find that being adaptable is going to be a great strength of his. And I say that because I think he already is. He wasn't always playing these type of minutes as a starter, and he'll be better for it. Whether he's going to be playing in shorter stints, I think next season the Raptors can look forward to not having drop off. And I think that's such an important aspect when you're trying to build a bench, is when your bench come in and maintain the level, if not surpass it, right? That your starters have set. And sometimes you need your bench to come in and kickstart the game a bit more because the starters, didn't get off to a great start. I think Jacoby Walter will be a part of that process. So the more adaptable the team is, the more adaptable their bench is, and if they can continue to find ways to contribute within the minutes that they're going to get, because some people just won't play. That's the reality. But even if you get 5-10 minutes, what are you doing in that time to make the team better? And if they can do that, they have opportunity to play 10-12 guys. So that keeps people healthy, and it allows you to focus on the main thing, because at this level, you've already won in life. You're already there. The next thing is just getting some hardware, and I think that's where the Raptors are trying to get to. They're trying to build. So I don't think it'll be difficult for him to adjust to playing a ton of minutes or not playing minutes because of the bigger picture. And he knows what he's playing for and who he's playing with. And he'll have the opportunity to go ahead and win, which will trump everything.
Got to go. Opening tip-off is next. Raptors Game Night, TSN 1050.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom! Wha-bam! Zap! Turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 Pizza, 2-for-1.
Huh, look at that. There's a chip in your windshield. Good thing the experts at Speedy Glass can fix it, saving you from needing a full windshield replacement later. At Speedy Glass, our quality repairs are done in less than an hour without ever compromising on quality. Plus, it's free if you're insured. We'll even submit your insurance claim so you don't have to. It's easy. Just book an appointment today at speedyglass.ca. Details and conditions at speedyglass.ca.
Speedy Glass Repair. Speedy Glass Replace.
I'm standing for Canada. Hi there, I'm Rick Mercer. This is not a rant, just a polite Canadian request. Let's use our collective Canadianness to protect Canadian jobs and Canadian business. If the label says made in Canada or product of Canada, buy it. Shop as if your country depends on it. Keep your money in Canada for Canada.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And spending a Sunday afternoon in Brooklyn. Raptors against Brooklyn. Tangerine Raptors basketball. Welcome aboard. Quickly, let's go over to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. Jonesy?
All right, Jim. Raptors winding it down as they sit with 4 games left. And we'll see what the Raptors can do in these last 4 games. They're rotating starting lineup. The lineups continuing to change as they continue to get looks at guys and see what they can do. Starting lineup today, Ochai Agbaji, RJ Barrett, Jonathan Mobo, Jacoby Walter, and Jamal Shed getting the start. You think Jamal Shed is giving it to Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett?
Oh yeah,
right now?
I just seen a clip online, and yeah, he's letting them get an earful, and I don't blame him at all.
Oh man,
because they just knew they had it in the bag. Come on, it's Duke, right?
They thought they had it in the bag, but as my man Sharp said, it's not over till it's over. Not over till it's over. So let's see if. I wonder if Jamal will try to get there tomorrow night. Guys do that sometimes when their squad is playing. They try and
if I'm RJ and Brandon Ingram, I owe him the private jet to get out there and get back.
Okay.
I kind of owe it to him. Whatever bet it was.
Jordy Hernandez.
You think so?
I would hope so.
I mean, and those guys too, they're vets. It's not like, I mean, they're on a second contract, right? They've got a little cash that they're ready to go with. All right, your starting lineup brought to you by Subaru, driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. The Nets will start with Trenton Watford, Zaire Williams, Drew Timme. There's a name for you Gonzaga fans. Keon Johnson and Reese Beekman. Everybody trying stuff out. You know what? I give credit to these guys that are getting their looks, and especially some of the lesser-known guys or guys that are on the bench a lot. There's no such thing as garbage time, man.
No.
When you get out there, you are making noise. You are busting it because there's something at stake for you. Something at stake for you. The Barclays Center in Brooklyn. If you're a Raptor fan, site of some heartbreaking playoff losses right at the start of the build for the championship when the Raptors were just making it a regular deal to get into the playoffs. Raptors will wear the white today. And they take the floor, get set for the tip-off. RJ Barrett dapping everybody up. Telling him, come on, let's play. Let's get ready to go. You got to love when RJ's in the lineup because nobody is allowed to take any time off. He's going to go hard, and he expects you to do the absolute same thing.
He's going.
The Nets, under the tutelage and leadership of Jordy Fernandez, first-year head coach, former Canadian national team coach. The Nets will move left to right, and they'll wear what looks like uniforms where Paul Jones mixes his washing. The blacks are grays. The grays are kind of muddy gray, almost white. Almost look like a tie-dye. They could pass for something in the Euro League, couldn't they? Like vertical stripes.
Yep.
Put some color in it, and it's FC Barcelona.
Right now, it looks like Partizan.
Drew Timme on the putback of the long miss by Keon Johnson. And the Nets go up 2-0. Raptors bring it back. They come right to left. Barrett up top. Gets it to Mobo. To Agbaji up top. 3 in the air. Good for Ochai down the bottom of the well. The Raptors go up 3-2. Ochai has become a very proficient catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. He's almost 40% for the year.
Not just out of the corners anymore, right? Gets that one out of the splits and gets it at the top of the key.
Raptors get the stop. Mobo brings it front court. Finds Barrett. Up top. Walter gets it into the corner. Agbaji on the baseline to Shed. 3-ball far side, no good. Rebound, here comes Brooklyn. Up the middle of the court, in the lane. Johnson lays it up and in. Keon Johnson spinning. and lays it home. Nets go up 4-3. 10.5 to go, first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Trenton Watford on the foul there as the cut from the Raptors and Jacoby Walter going to the basket, or actually from Abaji going to the basket, and Watford grabbed onto him. Raptors inbound, near side, left wing. They move right to left across your radio dial. Barrett up top tries to get it to Mobo, and there's a foul, and they're going to get the Nets with a reach. RJ's pass couldn't get to Mobo. So the foul will go on Watford. Raptors inbound, Barrett up top. On the bounce, gets it to Mobo in the lane, floats it up and in with the left hand, coming right down Main Street. Mobo gives the Raptors a 5-4 lead.
Tough finish. He evaded Keon Johnson on that strong side, the left side of the floor for an acrobatic finish.
Raptors get the turnover, run it front court, classic 3-on-2, but Abaji misses the layup. Now it's Brooklyn with numbers. Timmy, corner three, no good. Rebound to Mobo. He tried to outlet to Barrett. It was knocked away. And it went out of bounds, so Toronto will maintain possession. Barrett will bring it front court. 5-4, Toronto leading Brooklyn, 9:40 to go. First quarter. Walter up top. Barrett, deep three in the air, no good. Front rim, rebound, here comes Brooklyn. Beekman has it. Working on Abaji near side, left hand to the middle. They kick it down low. Timmy backs in on Mobo. Turns, up fake, throws it up, and gets it down. That was his game in college, and he's brought it to the pros, at least on that possession against Mobo. Got down low, scored it. Brooklyn has a 6-5 lead, and Darko wants a timeout. So we'll take a break too. 6-5, Brooklyn in front. 9:18 to go. First quarter, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-656-7129. That's 1-800-656-7129. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-656-7129. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-656-7129. Ontario license number 4705786.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
6-5, Brooklyn leading Toronto. 9:18 to go first quarter. Game at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The borough, city of Brooklyn, on its own, aside from New York City and the other 4 boroughs, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, and Staten Island, would be the 5th biggest city in the U.S. That'll tell you something about Brooklyn. They lead the Raptors right now, at least their basketball team does, 6-5. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, you heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg in the pregame. Cameron Moore producing today alongside technical producer Jag Kang. So we see the Raptors on the court. Abaji, Shed, Jacoby Walter having a rather animated discussion, obviously on the defense, and wonder if it has anything to do with what happens when Drew Timme gets it down low. Shed will bring it front court for the Raptors, right to left. In the white. Raptor ball up top. Abaji gets it far side to Mobo. Dribble handoff Barrett. Up top Abaji. Swing it around the horn. Jacoby Walter. Catch and shoot three is down. Great ball movement by the Raptors that time.
Really good ball movement, better offense, because Brooklyn's playing some good defense, top blocking Abaji, not allowing him to get the basketball. He gets a weak side swing, and that ball zips around the horn for the open shot.
Brooklyn coming back. 8-6 as Walters' three in the bottom of the well gave Toronto the 2-point lead. Shed the foul as Beekman comes down the baseline far side. Far side to near side, left to right. Pat Frayer, Jonathan Butler, and Simone Jelks, the officials today. 8.5 first quarter. Raptors up 8-6. Tough to see the Nets, the white uniforms on that kind of zebra pattern. Timme underneath with the rebound, puts it up, no good, knocked away by Mobo. Here comes Toronto. Barrett up the middle of the court. Drives on Timme, floats it up, no good, but Abaji there for the stick back. Raptors go up 10-6.
That's a matchup that RJ can take advantage of in transition, attacking Drew Timme. And because you get a good shot, Abaji's in the right position for the offensive rebound.
Raptors take the foul. And it goes on Jamal Shed on a driving Trendon Watford. 7:59 first quarter, 10-6. Toronto with the lead. Brooklyn to inbound, far side, left wing. They move left to right. Timme kicks it into the corner. Three ball, Beekman, no good. Rebound to Shed. Here come the Raptors the other way. Shed to Barrett, up top. Walks into a three. It's short. Jacoby Walter saves it, but it goes to Brooklyn. Beekman front court. Crosses over on Mobo. Gets it up top to Timme. They swing it far side. Timme up top, steps back for the three. No good. Rebound to Barrett. 10-6 Toronto, 7:20 to go. Shed swings to Abaji. Catch and shoot three. No good. Rebound Jacoby Walter in the lane. Back to Ochai. Measures this one for three. Can't get it down either. Here comes Brooklyn. They trail 10-6. Beekman down the baseline. Lay it up. No good. Under duress from the pressure by Abaji. He misses it. Toronto comes back. Broken floor. 4-on-4. Shed lobs it up to Mobo for the jam on the alley-oop. 12-6 Toronto. They got that play down. Good chemistry developing between a couple of the rookies.
And Jamal Shed, great read, right? Trendon Watford's on the backside, just knowing as the roll is happening, there's no help.
Brooklyn drives, knocked away. Here comes Barrett into the lane, bullies his way to the hoop, misses the layup. Here comes Brooklyn. On the drive back, Watford leans into Abaji. And they're going to call Abaji for the foul, and Ochai doesn't like it. Looks at referee Simone Jelks with his elbows bent and palms skyward like, really? That was my foul? Shed doing a nice job on the last foray as he got into the lane, drew Timme towards him, and then lobbed it up for Mobo. So on the line, Trendon Watford. LSU man undrafted in his graduating year of 2021. He's from nearby. He's a Jersey kid.
Yeah, I actually remember watching him in high school. He has his brother, Christian Watford, actually played as well. played in Europe, had some time in the G League, and went out to, I believe it was Atlanta at the time, and he was a hooper, and he had it in the family.
Gotta love that when you got somebody in the family that you can hone your skills with.
Yeah, the instincts become just so natural, right? And those things, when you have it in the family, it's in the bloodline that you can't practice, you can't train into a natural.
Mobo in the lane, puts it up, no good. The short hook comes off, and here comes Brooklyn. Watford up top, handling against Barrett. RJ locks him up. Now he has to retreat on the bounce. Out near center, they get it to Timmy. Far side, straddling the three-point line. Drives on Mobo, gets into the middle. Floats it up, no good. Drew Timmy always coming with that 5-foot stuff. You know, for a guy that's 6'10", he plays with that ball around his waist a lot. I'm not saying it's not effective.
Well, it is. And you mentioned
it is.
You mentioned his college career, right? 301 points in his NCAA tournament career. 10th most of all time. And you look at him, not the most athletic build.
He looks like a YMCA guy on a Saturday.
Not a guy that's going to...
With the headband and the whole thing, right?
Not going to shoot lines off the basketball. Doesn't have, the most physical low post game. But somehow, some way, crafty, really good with angles. I will say that. He's exceptional with using angles when he's scoring and making his way to the basket.
Yeah. And it's interesting, the sub made as Mobo goes out, and Darko thinking, okay, you're going to play like a traditional big guy? I got a guy that might be a better match for you. And Orlando Robinson comes into the ball game. Free throws good by Timmy. 12-10. Raptors by 2. 5:45. First quarter. Robinson tries to find a cutting Jamison battle. It's knocked away. Here comes Brooklyn looking for the tie. Oh, they turn it over at midcourt. The Raptors pick it up. Robinson gets it to Battle, who has to fight for it. It's knocked out of bounds. Off Battle, it'll be Brooklyn ball. Right idea, just not enough juice on the pass by Orlando Robinson. Zaire Williams will inbound. Raptors pick up full court. Tyson Etienne out of Wichita State has the ball knocked away as Abaji picked up full court. Timmy comes back to bring it up. And the Raptors get the 8-second violation.
And you know what happened there is that both Abaji and RJ, they did a good job denying the guards up front. Now you have Drew Timmy bringing up the basketball, so he's not as comfortable. He's killing time. And Orlando Robinson doing a good job of sticking in front of him, moving his puppies, and now you get the 8-second call.
That's what good defensive pressure will give you.
Yeah, it's funny. People think defensive pressure is always on ball, but it's on smarting the offense, right? Making sure, okay, I want a non-ball handler with the ball in their hands to make decisions to handle it. And that's exactly the result, right? Yeah. Out of the guard's hands, into the big's hands handling, and you get a turnover.
12-10, Toronto by 2, 5:09 to go first quarter. Raptors inbound. Missed the shot. Back comes Brooklyn. Deep three, near side, good. Up and down by Derek Whitehead.
44% from the three-point line.
Yeah, Brooklyn takes a 13-12 lead. Raptors throw it away. Jacoby Walter has to fight Whitehead for the ball. Zaire Williams taking the dive. And they're going to get the foul called on Jacoby Walter. So the loose ball foul with Toronto over the limit and Brooklyn in the bonus will give Zaire Williams a couple of free throws. Fourth-year man out of Stanford was the 10th pick in 2021 by the New Orleans Pelicans. First free throw touches every part of the rim and goes down. A.J. Lawson checks in for Toronto. Cole Swider, freshly minted, newly signed. the release out. He'll be with the Raptors till the end of the season. Free throw, second one good by Williams. 15-12 Brooklyn, 4:45 to go. First quarter, Barrett, far side. Weaves his way into the lane, forces it up and in. Just went right through everybody's chest to get it down. Cuts the lead to 15-14. In the lane, Brooklyn back. Derek Whitehead floats it up and in. 17-14 Nets, 4:20 to go. That's what's remaining first quarter. Robinson holding. Gets it to Battle. Battle playing without the face mask today. Into the corner. Barrett, three, no good. Rebound Robinson. Kick out. Swider, one bounce. Measures it and knocks down a triple in the bottom of the well to tie the game at 17.
And I thought he had the first one, but he knew what he was doing, right? Took that one dribble, that escape dribble, get a little bit more rhythm up into the shot.
You learned that at Javon Shepherd basketball, that slam dribble, right?
Slam dribble gets you the rhythm.
That rhythm dribble.
Gather yourself, get under your shot, get up into it.
Brooklyn wants a timeout, so we'll take a break with them. Game tied, 17 apiece, 3:46 first quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Touchdown. Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza. 2-for-1.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas apparel program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.ca.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
17 apiece, 3:46 to go first quarter. Raptors in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. And the Barclays Center, one of, I believe, 3 arenas that features theater lighting. So when you're on the court, the lights are on the court. They talk about the bright lights and the lights go up. It's like a championship fight. The lights are on the court and everybody in the crowd, the audience, the onlookers are literally dark. Unless they're close to the court, you can't pick anybody out. The Knicks do that. The Lakers do that. And Brooklyn, right across the river from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, said, well, we're with that too. I kind of like the lights everywhere, so you could kind of get the crowd into it. You can actually see them. Brooklyn ball, front court. They come left to right in the gray kind of tie-dye zebra jerseys. They throw it away. A.J. Lawson with the steal. Lawson front court drives, floats it up, no good. And they got a late foul on Maxwell Lewis, second-year man out of Pepperdine. And maybe it was just a processing time by referee John Butler, but A.J. Lawson downhill, man, with no brakes. That is tough to corral. So Lawson will go to the line for a couple of free throws. Lawson has acquitted himself very well in his time with the Raptors. Undrafted out of South Carolina, so you know he's got an eye on Don Staley's crew, who's down 10 right now at halftime to UConn.
He's had a good stretch with the Raptors, 28 threes in 22 games, as opposed to his 13 and 42 games with Dallas last season.
Lawson picking up full court, making it very difficult for Beekman. Brooklyn gets it into the front court. Whitehead spins, has it stripped by Jamison Battle. Raptors up 19-17, and here they come looking for more right to left. Shedd's pass intercepted right into the hands of the Nets. Back comes Etienne. Stops in the lane, finds the cutter, Lewis, who can't get it down, and here comes Toronto. 2:50 to go, first quarter, 19-17 Toronto. Shedd with a crossover. On the baseline, Lawson tees up a three and drops it in the bottom of the well. 22-17, Raptors by 5. Deep three up top for Brooklyn, no good. Rebound, Lewis had it, fighting with Swider. Now it goes to Shedd. Here comes Toronto. On the run, on the quick push, they find Battle. His three is in the bottom of the well. Back-to-back triples for Toronto. Gives them their biggest lead of the game at 8, 25-17. Back comes Brooklyn. Into the lane. The floater up, no good. Tucson Iwoma with that floater for Brooklyn. Wearing the number 27. Back comes Robinson. Misses the lefty layup, but he's fouled, and he's going to get a couple of free throws. Orlando Robinson off the bench for Toronto. Looking for his first points of the game. Does have a rebound and assist. Raptors bench. Outscoring Brooklyn 11-5 right now. Make it 12-5 as Robinson notches his first point. If he can knock this one down, it'll give the Raptors a 10-point double-figure lead. Minute 58 to go, first quarter. Robinson misses it, but Swider fights for the rebound and comes down with it. Kick it up to Battle for three, short. Rebound Brooklyn. Oh, a couple of great chances there. Toronto couldn't cash in. Front court. Lewis in the lane. Puts it up, score it, and a foul. Actually, that was not Lewis. It was Tosan Iwoma. And he's going to go to the line after leaning on Orlando Robinson.
He bullied his way to the basket there.
Big boy ball.
Interesting about him, born in Newcastle, England, and his mom was the first female captain to pilot a plane in Nigeria.
Well, and you know he's got smarts because he graduated from Princeton. So, I mean, he'll make NBA money, but he could probably get himself with his degree a job that'll make. Yeah, you're not holding any pencil days for him.
He will be all right.
Brooklyn makes the steal, comes back the other way. The Raptors peel back, and Battle knocks it away, takes it out of bounds. So Brooklyn will have the ball. Raptors careless with the turnovers. 6 turnovers by Toronto. Brooklyn also has 6, so
just in quarter one.
It's not a good sign. Raptors get the stop. They come front court. Battle to Robinson. Off to Shedd straight away. 10 on the shot clock. 26-20 Toronto. 1 minute first quarter. Shedd into the lane. The pass to Robinson right through the wicket.
Just put a little bit too much on it. A little bit too much sauce there.
Nets come back trailing 26-20. Under a minute to go. Etienne up top. Stutter dribble. Gets it into the far corner. Deep three in the air is good. Tyson Etienne knocks it down, and the Raptor lead that was 9 is all of a sudden cut to 3. 6 straight for the Nets. 35 seconds first quarter. 26-23 Toronto. Shed drives far side. Crosses over into the lane. Fall away jumper going to be short. Rebound. Here comes Brooklyn. Front court. Shot clock, game clock about 4 seconds apart. Shot clock hits 10. Iwoma up top. On the drive into the lane, leans back, throws it up, no good. Rebound. Battle hustles at front court. Gets all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. He beat the buzzer, Jamison Battle, putting down the carpet, going wall to wall, lays it in, and the Raptors have a 28-23 lead after the first lap.
How about that? We're accustomed to seeing Jamison Battle settle at the three-point line, but he takes it the length of the floor in about 3 seconds. Great job with the score, the time management, and just understanding, okay, I'm going to get myself to the rack and finish on the inside with that left-hand touch. Keep this team up 5.
28-23 Toronto, first quarter in the books. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
I'm standing for Canada. Hi there, I'm Rick Mercer. This is not a rant, just a polite Canadian request. Let's use our collective Canadianness to protect Canadian jobs and Canadian business. If the label says made in Canada or product of Canada, buy it. Shop as if your country depends on it. Keep your money in Canada for Canada.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
28-23, Raptors by 5. 1 quarter in the books as they lead Brooklyn. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Darko Rajakovic, arms folded in that familiar pose that he has on the sideline as he leads his team. Raptors have the ball coming front court. Barrett, Mobo, Lawson, Swider, and Roden. Swider off to Mobo, swing it to Lawson. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, here comes Brooklyn. Front court, Keon Johnson. Gets it to Iwoma. Kick it back to Johnson. 3-ball, no good. Rebound, here comes Mobo. Off to Lawson on the drive. AJ to the 10, lay it up and in. He sees a crack and he will just massacre you.
He's so quick, his first step. And that first step, that burst, it gets him right to the basket. Great stride, a great gait, and good handle on the finish.
Brooklyn trailing 30-23, coming front court. Largest lead of the game for Toronto was 9. Backing in, they kick it out. Deep 3 in the air, good. That's knocked down by Zaire Williams.
And he caught A.J. Lawson digging into the lap of the defense and just relocated and gave a bigger laneway for the pass for the shot.
Barrett spins to the left, floats it up, no good. Rebound Watford. Outlet front court, here comes Keon Johnson. Iwoma into the lane. Oh no, Zaire Williams into the lane, tied up. And it is going to be a jump ball. I like the jump ball. I know FIBA.
I really like it.
FIBA and the NCAA go with the alternating possession.
Give me the jump ball.
Give me the jump ball.
I only like the jump ball when it's a late game and that arrow's going in my favor. It took me all my 11 years playing pro in Europe. I still didn't get adjusted to the jump, to the arrow.
I like the jump because it's like a loose ball. A loose ball. And Toronto wins this one. Swider gets it to Lawson, front court, left side, near wing. Raptors in the white, coming right to left. Mobo to Barrett in the lane, kick to Roden, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound knocked away, Brooklyn has it. Here they come, front court. On the run, into the lane. Johnson can't get it up, it's blocked. He goes careening out of bounds, but it'll be Brooklyn ball. 10-11 first half. 30-26, Toronto by 4. And Darko wants a timeout. So we'll take our first timeout of the second quarter. 10-11 to go. Raptors 30. Nets 26. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Toronto's called timeout.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Oh no, I can't be out of ink. Not now.
Megatank.
Why do I always do this to myself? What is that printer that comes with 30 times the ink?
Megatank.
Yes, it's a Canon. Megaphone?
Megatank.
It's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink. Prints me over 7,700 color pages.
Megatank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Megatank printer so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Megatank printers available at Best Buy, Amazon, and Staples.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
30-26, Raptors leading Brooklyn, 10-11 to go. First half, Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Cameron Moore, Jag Kang behind the glass. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg at halftime. We have an eye on the NCAA Women's Championship right now. UConn Huskies by 10, 38-28. Somewhere in a studio across the way, Kia Nurse is.
Oh, yes.
He is
making some noise right now.
Making some noise.
Third quarter, 7:43 to go. UConn up 10.
We needed the GoPro on Javon during the Michigan game last week.
We did not. We absolutely did not. We did not. I was going through it. I'm still coming down. I'm going to be all right, though. I'm going to be all right.
So the Raptors actually challenged the last play, and Darko won the challenge. So Raptors bring it front court, right to left. 30-26, 10 minutes to go, first half. Roden near side, left wing. Up to the top of the lane to Barrett between the circles. Drives into the lane, floats it up, no good, but he's fouled by Iwoma. And that'll send RJ to the line for 2.
And Raptors in that 5 out, getting their exchanges on the wing, and RJ just finding a gap in the defense to attack. And that's the thing. What makes it so tough, too, in the NBA, is everybody talks about there not being defense. These guys have just become crafty scorers, right? You're switching. If you have the ability to switch everything on the perimeter, it's up to the defense. It's up to the offense to be just a lot smarter, right? Is that switch late? Is there a gap? And when to attack? You're not just relying on one-on-one play anymore.
Barrett, first free throw good. 31-26 Toronto.
Okay, back in the day, you used to run a lot more sets.
Yeah.
Where, okay, we want to get RJ a shot. Well, we're running a set for him. A lot more now is in flow and reactions to what the defense is doing.
RJ misses the second one. Yeah, it's conceptual, which as a coach sometimes drives you crazy because it gives freedom to the wrong guys at the wrong time. So, Raptors get the stop. Back they come. Roden in the lane, lays it up and in. Great feed by RJ. Spotted a streaking Jared Roden right down Main Street. Or I guess that would be Atlantic Avenue where the Barclays Center is located. You ever play Monopoly? Yeah. Atlantic Avenue is a rich property, man. It's on the right side of the board. 33-26, Raptors by 7. That's a subway stop you get off. On the 2 train or the 3 train. And right now it's the 9 train. Barrett gets it to Swider. His 3, no good. Rebound, here comes Brooklyn. Front court. Oh, wide open underneath Zaire Williams. Raptors fall asleep. Great delivery by Watford.
Great left-handed pass by Watford from the top of the key.
Off the bounce.
Yeah.
Barrett back for
Steve
Toronto.
Nash in there.
Yeah, little Steve Nash. Just missing the hook with it. Roden out top, and he got called for a walk. Yeah, he did. Jared doesn't like it, but referee Pat Frayer looking like if the ball was a partner, he was doing the waltz, 1-2 together.
Well, Tyson Etienne really got into him and took away his space, and with that, Roden kind of backed up. And that's the thing, when the defense is trying to take away your space, you've got to carve it right back out. Go forward as opposed to going backwards and retreating.
Roden in the lane now, ties up Iwoma, and Roden going to get called for the foul. Tosan Iwoma will go to the line. No, they're going to call it on the ground, so it'll be a side out of bounds for Brooklyn. In the gray, tie-dye, almost vertical striped, dark charcoal black. And I'm telling you, it is tough to see those white numbers on that background, folks. In the lane, spinning, wheeling, laying it up and in, Tyson Etienne. And he'll get a free throw to come as the foul goes on Jared Roden. Hasn't been a good stretch for Roden the last couple of minutes. 33-30, Raptors leading Brooklyn. And the old-time three-point play cuts the lead to 2 at 33-31. Barrett front court handling the ball. Gets a screen from Mobo. Now on the bounce. Kicks it to Battle. Three-pointer far side, no good. Rebound. Here comes Brooklyn. Williams far side. Floats it up and in. We're tied at 33. Zaire Williams with a nice left-hand floater. Raptors bring it front court. Barrett on the bounce has the ball kicked as he tried to get it to Mobo between the circles. 7:54 to go, first half. Barrett will sit down. Mobo will sit down. Orlando Robinson and Jamal Shed will check in. 7:54. First half. Game tied at 33. Shed up top between the circles. Got the switch on Iwoma. Kicks to Battle. Stutter dribble in the lane. Lay it up and in. Nice move by JB. He froze them with the little head fake. And went right down Main Street.
Perfect timing. Robinson was posted up on the right block and gets out of there, takes the defense with him. And Battle starts that penetration as soon as he sees that C part.
Kick out Iwoma. Up top, they swing it near side. Lewis drives into the lane. Left hand baby hook is good. Pretty finish. 35 apiece. Battle, three-pointer far side down the bottom of the well. Catch and shoot special from Jamison Battle.
Big time job. by Shed. They're attacking. Nobody's stepping up. Nobody's picking you up. Kicking it out to the corner for a 41% three-point shooter.
Raptors up 38-35, 6:55. Second quarter, Iwoma drives, lays it in. Raptor lead cut to 1. Here comes Shed, front court. It's to Lawson, far side, bows and launches a 3. It's short.
Launches it is right. He's gonna fire it. That ball touches his hands. He's ready.
Anybody who's played know what I mean when I say he catches and bows. Like that head dips down, the legs dip.
It's going up.
It's going up.
It's going up. And you know it's not going to be a good shot, but it's going up. You got to make a choice there. Either you're crashing for the rebound or getting back. But there's nothing else. Nothing in between. No pass, no ball going on the floor, nothing.
Jacoby Walter with the steal takes it front court and is fouled by Beekman, and he'll get a couple of free throws. Yeah, when I had a guy in my team, when he was bowing like that, the coach was yelling his name, and he would yell his name. Well, sometimes I fell victim to that, to be like, Jones! And when it went in, it was nice shot.
Nice shot, yep.
When it didn't go in, I didn't know what happened because I wasn't looking.
And I still don't hear you.
38-37.
I done had a couple of those, bad shot, and I still, coaches call your name to give some more instructions and rip into you a bit. I don't hear a thing.
No.
There's too many fans in here. The arena's packed. I can't hear nothing.
Then it'd be a free throw like now with Jacoby on the line. Shooting 2. First one is good. Second one also good. Raptors up 40-37. Coach would call over, say, didn't you hear me calling you? No, Coach, I didn't. Well, you know something, Jones? You're the best player they got right now. We're in white today. 3-pointer missed. Back comes Raptors. 40-37, 6:10 to go. Battle swings. Abaji catch and shoot. No good. Rebound Brooklyn. Front court, the Nets throw it away. Trying to find Timmy. Shed, stutter dribble. Into the lane. Now backs out. Drives on Timmy. Gets to the hoop. Floats it up. Wanted the foul call. Looked at Simone Jelkson. Like a bad shot, she just looked away. 3-ball up. No good. From Derek Whitehead. Back comes Shed. 5:40 to go first half. 40-37 Toronto. Front court, Shed. Gets it to Walter. Jacoby 3 is clean. Right down the bottom of the well. 43-37 Raptors by 6. Beekman. Stutter dribble into the lane. Kicks it out. Deep 3. No good. From Maxwell Lewis. Back comes Toronto. Shed leans over on the bounce. Works far side. Beats Beekman. Gets into the lane. Floated up. No good. And that time Simone Jelk says, I got you on the foul this time, Jamal. You get free throws. Raptors with a 6-point lead at the 5:07 mark. Second quarter. Toronto will get home for the final home game on Wednesday night against the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte taking it on the chin this afternoon. Chicago Bulls all over them at the Hive.
Listen, Chicago's been playing
131-117.
Chicago has been playing. They've been playing some really good basketball.
You just kind of don't want to see those teams playing that well when you're getting towards the end of the year. 45-37. Raptors by 8. Biggest lead of the game was 9. Under 5 minutes. First half. Drew Timmy out top against Orlando Robinson. Gets it to the top of the lane. Maxwell Lewis. Now turning the corner, driving to the bucket is Etienne. And he's fouled. He kind of faked it like he was going to dribble handoff and then changed gears. Got to the basket. And the Raptors fouled him. (45-37). Tyson Etienne. Wichita State Wheat Shockers. They've given us a few players. Go back in the day with Cliff Livingston and Antoine Carr. Fred Van Vliet, Landry Shamet.
Landry Shaman. Steady Freddy.
Steady Freddy. And we had a Canadian at Wichita State. Andrew Wiggins' brother, Nick Wiggins.
Yep, actually seen him yesterday. Yesterday at the Quench All-Canadian game.
Second free throw good. Here comes Toronto. Front court in the white from right to left, leading 45-38. Jacoby Walter kicks it up top to Shed. Back to Jacoby. As Shed says, you got Timmy, go to work. Jacoby dancing, step back, three short. Rebound, Brooklyn. 4:20 to go first half. Timmy down low. Drives into the lane, knocked away, goes to the ground to save it. Kicks it out, three ball, no good. Rebound knocked away, Toronto has it. Here comes Jamal Shed. Front court, into the far corner. Abaji drives into the lane. Oh, great pass. Lays it down to Orlando Robinson, but they're going to get the foul on Abaji's pass. So that will give Toronto the ball. It's too bad because it looked like Orlando Robinson was going to have a dunk.
Yeah, he was about to eat the rim.
Hey, flash right away. Go get him shot. Stay up top, flash.
Front court, Mobo for Toronto. Great pass in the lane to Shed, who lays it up and in.
Derek White just turned his back. Shed, he did an exceptional job with the cut, but an even better job of gathering himself, knowing that he has Derek White in front of him, 6'4", 6'6", 220, and puts his body into him, puts his shoulder into him to protect himself for the finish.
Jamal Shed will play that physical game. We will keep it here with the Raptors leading 47-38. We won't keep it here. Let's take a break. 47-38 Raptors, 3:55. First half, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown. Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Hi, Keith here from Speedy Glass. Are you tired of staring at that crack in your windshield? What are you waiting for? It's time to let our team at Speedy Glass take care of everything for you. Our experts will replace your windshield and recalibrate your front camera during the same appointment. No hassle, no second visit. We'll even submit your insurance claim so you don't have to. It's easy. All you have to do is book your appointment today at speedyglass.ca.
Speedy Glass Repair. Speedy Glass Replace.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg will have your first half takes in about 3:55 as Toronto leads Brooklyn 47-38. Paul Jones, Jamal Shepard, Javon Shepard here. I'm looking at the Houston man, Jamal Shed, on the screen as they were showing the clip that you probably saw of him in the ballroom at the hotel, giving it to everybody, wagging his finger as his Cougars are into the finals. This is their third straight year as the number one seed, and they finally got to the Final Four. So, but it's all about tomorrow night. Who you got?
I've got to go with Kelvin Sampson.
I'm going.
Go Coach Sampson. I want him to get his first. Todd Golden's done a great job with Florida, but he has a long career ahead of him now.
Kelvin Sampson, you were under his tutelage as one of the coaches with the Canadian national team at one point.
So I'm biased. That was close to my heart. If Michigan didn't win, I want Kelvin to win.
Well, the Raptors get the steal and a run-out jam by Jamison Battle. 49-38, biggest lead of the game by the Raptors at 11. Back comes Beekman, driving, laying it in, near side right wing. Raptor lead cut to 9. Cameron Moore, Jag Kang behind the glass producing this extravaganza today. All kinds of basketball going on. Women's game, March Madness, whole bunch of NBA games, and Ochai says, I got this going on as he cuts to the hoop and lays it in from Mobile. The lane wide open for some reason against Brooklyn. What is going on with their defense, Javon? 51-40, Toronto looking for more. Mobile in the lane, lay it up and in again. Jordi Fernandez takes his right hand out of his pocket, kind of waves it up towards his shoulder and said to the ref, timeout, I need to talk to these guys.
Well, when we talk about being on a string on defense, it's all 5 guys, not just the guys that are in the ball screen action. Right. What we seen here was, okay, you get a blitz on the ball screen, but that rotation on the backside for where the bounce pass is going has got to be there. It's there late. Mobile gets an easy layup.
Raptors up 53-40, 13-point lead is the largest of the game. And 2:37 to go. We'll keep it here just to keep you abreast of the score in the women's game. Right now, UConn leading South Carolina by 16, 56-40. And the way South Carolina plays with that grinding inside, wear you down style, it's going to be tough to come back from a big lead. That 16-point lead is like 23 or 24.
It's funny because that 16-point lead for a team that flies up the floor and shooting a number of threes,
we'll
it's
get
not
you.
as big as the lead.
We can run you down.
But those are also teams that can shoot themselves out of a game and end up in a 16-point lead and a 16-point deficit fairly easy.
Well, the Raptors doing the job right now with Mobo Shed Battle. Jacoby Walter also has 8 points, although he's on the bench right now. We'll tell you that the Raptors rookies, since the All-Star break, the rookies have averaged 28 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, 8.4 assists a game in 15 minutes. Like, they are balling.
Yeah.
The rookies are, we don't care about lottery balls. I'm trying to get me a contract. 53-40, and speaking of which, that was R.J. Barrett blocks the shot out of bounds. Says to Mr. Whitehead, sorry, lunchtime menu is closed right now. Raptors by 13, 2:20 to go. First half. Up top on the drive. Oh, Whitehead might have got away with a walk. Lays it up and in. 53-42. Raptor lead is 11. Shed front court on the bounce. Far side, right wing. Gets it to Mobile up top. Now to Barrett down low. RJ posted up. Whitehead saying, come on, somebody help. Timmy comes over to help. They find Mobile. Swing it around. Jacoby Walter down the baseline. The Raptors shot clock violation. A little bit too unselfish there, Javon.
Yeah, you got to think, and I've said it a number of times with him too, he's got to think score because he also does have good touch. He has good feel.
Mobile you're talking about.
Mobile.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an athlete. And a lot of times he just gets a little bit too comfortable, attacks a little bit too soft thinking pass. Get in there and force the defense to react to you first.
Underneath, Maxwell Lewis wide open. The Raptors had a double at center and didn't rotate. Somebody left the store wide open, and Maxwell Lewis helped himself. Barrett into the lane, bounces off the defender, lays it in. RJ says, I know New York. I played here before. Got in the bucket, and he's going to go to the line for one more. The reach in by Whitehead just, RJ brushed him off like, when the horse's tail is just like fanning flies away. RJ knocks down the free throw. Old-time three-point play for Mr. Barrett. 56-44, Raptors by 12. Minute 20 to go. Clock running. First half. Up top, Drew Timme. Hits it back. Down the lane. Lay it up and in. Reese Beekman. Shed back for Toronto. Far side, right wing. Into the lane with a change of direction to Abaji. Back to Shed. Fires the three and drops it in the bottom of the well. Raptors up 13. Biggest lead of the game at 59-46. Jamal Shed doing damage today. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. 8 of Toronto's 17 assists.
Keep in mind those 8 assists we're still in the first half.
Yep. Front court. Etienne into the corner. His pass for Lewis knocked away. Shed with a hand on that one. 59-46 Toronto. 49.6 to go first half. Brooklyn in the gray striped tie-dyed uniform. Alternate jersey coming left to right. On the baseline, they drive. It's knocked away. And even though the Raptors had a case for a challenge, Darko says no. They had to get rid of it. It would have been Raptor ball. They got the stop, the rebound. Here they come. Barrett in the lane is fouled. I think this is a time to maybe pull the rookie Shed over and say, I know you were right. I know it was our ball. But we might need that challenge later. We've already used one. I would say challenge until you're wrong. Unlimited. Like that bottomless cup when you go to the place and they say all you can drink soda. Barrett misses the first free throw. South Carolina in a world of hurt in the women's game. UConn 61. South Carolina 42. Barrett misses a second free throw. Drew Timme with the rebound. Front court on the run quickly. Etienne drives and they throw it away. So the Nets with their 12th turnover of the game. Raptors bring it front court. They got to give it up. Shot clock, game clock, 7 seconds apart. Shed to Barrett. After the double team on Jamal. Back to Shed. Shakes, bounces, finds Barrett. Walks into a three, no good. Long rebound, Barrett runs it down. Up top to Jamal, to Shed. Swing it, Walter, 3-ball, no good. Barrett with the rebound, he's fouled. RJ playing right till the bitter end. 0.2 of a second. He corrals the rebound and is fouled, and he'll get free throws.
Well, they're going to end both quarters very strongly, right? Remember to end the first quarter, Jamison Battle went baseline to baseline
right.
with the layup. Now RJ comes up with the offensive rebound, gets himself to the free throw line. Obviously, he hasn't been the best free throw shooter on the season.
Well, he knocked that one down.
Oh, corrected me.
He says, take that one, Shep. Hold that. RJ dips, fires the second one. It's also good. So the Raptors have their largest lead of the game at recess, 61-56. Raptors by 15. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward up next. Halftime at the Barclays Center. This is the Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6013. That's 1-800-353-6013. Again, 1-800-353-6013.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They can help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-288-4991. That's 1-800-288-4991. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-288-4991. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-288-4991. Ontario license number 4705786.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed the musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.ca/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed where work is performed. See website for details.
I'm standing brazenly tall for Canada. Ron James here. Let's keep her going. Proudly stand together in the land of 2 4s and 5 O's and butter tarts and buy Canadian. Check the labels. Make sure it's made in Canada. And let's just give her. Shop as if your country depends on it. Keep your money in Canada for Canada.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And lead at 61-46 at the half. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball at the half. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg with you. So, Warren, that was a really good second quarter. Thought they turned the ball over a bit in the first, tightened that up, added some defense, and here we are.
Great second quarter, 33 points, 17 assists and 21 made field goals. They're shooting the ball well. 3-point percentage could be a bit better, but 8 made threes is, it's good. And I think, they're defending, especially in the second quarter. They were able to, I think, lock in a bit better. Same score for Brooklyn each quarter, but I felt the second was just a bit better. They kind of took Brooklyn a bit more out of what they wanted to do. They forced Jordi Fernandez, into some timeouts. And, as we call them, the kids are playing well. I think Jamison Battle, that play at the end of the first quarter, a few months ago, I don't think he would have looked as confident putting the ball on the floor. He caught the ball. He has a simple left-hand layup, but just the way he attacked the rim in transition, he knew exactly what he was doing and where he wanted to get to on the floor. I think the kids are playing well right now.
Josh, I always find this to be like a simple equation. So they hang on to the ball in the second quarter, don't turn it over anywhere near as much. Suddenly you get 11 buckets and 10 assists on those 11 buckets, and it all sort of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was kind of cringing a little bit in that first quarter. Look, this is, as we talked about before the game, a game between two teams, the bottom of the standings, jockeying for lottery balls and draft positioning and all of that. Young teams, even at the best of times, that are sitting out their veteran players. It's also Sunday afternoon in April. So, yeah, there were some stretches in the first quarter that were really, really ugly. There were 4 consecutive turnovers at one point between the two teams, 5 turnovers in less than a minute between the two teams. But you're right, the team that tightened things up in the second quarter were the Raptors. And I think Jamal Shed is at the center of that. Uncharacteristically, he committed 3 turnovers in the first quarter, and he's been so good at taking care of the ball recently. Not something that you usually see with rookies, but he's a little bit older. Obviously, he comes from a winning program. Shouldn't have to remind people about that based on how well Houston has looked in the March Madness tournament. But he, as we've talked about, is mature beyond his years. We've seen that over the last few weeks just in terms of the assist numbers that he's putting up. Had 9 of them the other night without committing a single turnover. So sure enough, he goes without single turnover in the second quarter, really does a nice job of making plays for other guys, and could have had, he's got 8 assists here at halftime, could have had another one at the end of that half, found both RJ and Jacoby Walter for wide open threes that they couldn't knock down. But I thought he's done a nice job of really quarterbacking this offense here, despite the fact that obviously the Raptors are undermanned.
Yeah, Shed, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, and a couple of steals as well. Very industrious line. So Warren has Jamison Battle, who started Friday night, but 13 minutes off the bench tonight, and he has a couple of rebounds, couple of steals, and 12 points. He looks good.
He does, and he continues to improve. I mean, I talked about him being, a specialty type player, but I think overall, he's continuing to step into his own, believe that he belongs in the NBA, and he looks like an NBA player. You can put the ball on the floor. We know he can shoot the basketball, but him getting involved on the defensive end with the steals and the deflections. There was a stat on the scoreboard. They showed all the rookies and what they're able to do on the floor. I mean, they're an impressive group, and he's one of the pinnacles of it. I mean, he's whether he starts or not, he's someone that I think the Raptors see a future in, and he does something really well, and it's just he's just now going to continue to add blocks and add more tools in that toolbox, and I think he'll be a valuable asset, not only in this game but next season as well. I'm looking forward to his growth.
Absolutely, and we talked a lot in the pregame, Josh, about how the bench looks next year. Certainly be led by Shed and Abaji. Abaji had a pretty good first half as a starter, didn't he?
He was pretty good. I mean, you're used to seeing them shoot a little bit better than 1 for 4 from 3. And the young veterans in the starting lineup, basically literally the only guys who aren't rookies, Abaji and Barrett combined 1 for 8 from 3. I'm going to go back to the rookies here, because with RJ struggling and Ochai not really shooting the ball well, I think the 4 best players on the floor for the Raptors this afternoon have been the 4 rookies. It really can't be said enough how well the Raptors did in this draft. In Battle, Shed, Walter, and Mobo, 4 guys that, I mean, Battle's obviously got to improve defensively, but the other 3 are like two-way players. They're both bringing it on both ends of the floor, can do so many things. We've talked a lot about Battle, and I'll just add one more thing, is that, I mean, Warren mentioned the play at the end of the first quarter. He had another really strong take at the end of the half as well. We know he's a shooter. Other teams are obviously starting to figure that out as well. I love the way that he's adjusting, reading the defense, putting the ball on the floor, and not just settling for the shot. That's the next step in his evolution. But in terms of Shed, obviously the two-way play, the playmaking that he's shown. And then Walter, we've been talking a lot about recently too. I mean, he's been shooting the ball really well lately. The one guy that we haven't mentioned, I've been really impressed with today, is Jonathan Mobo. I mean, triple-double watch through 14 minutes for him. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And that's kind of Jonathan Mobo's game in a nutshell, is he can do a lot of different things. And even though I talked to him before the season, and he was telling me that going into the NBA, like he knows what he needs to work on. He's been working on his jump shot and trying to refine certain areas of his game. But what he said is he didn't want those things to come at the expense of the areas that he already excels in, the things that he already does well. And that's what I like about Mobo, is he's got a pretty good idea of what his strengths are, and he really leans on those things. And that, I think, gives him a really solid baseline as a rotation player in the NBA. He knows that he has to crash the glass. He knows that he has to move the ball. He knows that he has to set hard screens and hustle, dive on the floor for loose balls, and all of those kinds of things. And even though he's working on his jump shot, and I think that will come, and obviously if it does, that raises his ceiling, I think he's got a high floor because of all the intangibles that he brings to the table.
Josh, thanks very much. So, Warren, just one final thought here. Obviously the pro scouts find Robinson, Lawson, Swider, but when you're talking about where the Raptors were a year ago, and we've talked about this many times in many different ways, but to add Mobo, Walter, and Shed out of the draft, and undrafted Battle, to have 4 guys penetrate your roster that way, where the Raptors were, this is not something you need every year, but what you need is the front office to go out and find them when you need them, and they needed them.
Yeah, I don't think, I would say, not only did they need them, but they found players that have high value, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking to find players that can improve your lineup. I don't think in the beginning of the season they thought they would have played them this much. And have to rely on them and start Mobile as your starting big. I don't think that's the case, but I definitely think they're impressed by what they have. I mean, Mobo is 133 deflections. He's second among rookies. I mean, Jacoby Walter, fifth among rookies in points. Jamal Shed, 290 assists, second in Raptors history, and Battle shooting, over 40% from three. I don't think they would have said when the season started, we got all that. So, I think for the Raptors in terms of drafting, I think we have to give them their credit for having an amazing front office that finds talent, but they've also lucked out and they've had Christmas the last few seasons with being able to find gems that are able to contribute, affect winning, and leave the Raptors in a position to, as I've said many times, have valuable assets. And this team has that, and you're seeing it. So, need, want, whatever word you want to call it, the Raptors have found a great formula, and they're getting results from the guys that they put on the floor.
First half stats are brought to you by Subaru. Hurry to the all-in-one event for great offers and experience all the features that come standard in a Subaru. Bench scoring, Raptors win that 25-18. Turnovers for points, Raptors 9 for 10. Only 2 turnovers in the second quarter for them. Brooklyn has 12 turnovers for 12 points. Rebounds, second chance points, Raptors 7 for 7. And Brooklyn is 3 for 4. Paint points, 28-26 for Brooklyn. And the number that counts, 61-46 for the Raptors at half. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Get spring ready with CarQuest Auto Parts. Save now on premium brand name products. Castrol Magnatech Synthetic Oil 5-liter jugs, $31.97. DieHard Lawn and Garden Battery Gold, $59.97. Rain-X Summer Breeze Washer Fluid 3.78-liter jug, only $3.97. And Trico Flex Wiper Blades, all sizes, $9.97. Hit the road with CarQuest for your auto parts needs. Visit a CarQuest Auto Parts store or carquest.ca for more information and full flyer details at participating locations.
Supporting Canadian businesses has never been more important. That's why Canada Post is committed to making it easier to ship Canadian with our best rates ever. Right now, your business will save up to 70% on expedited shipping and returns. Plus, as a Toronto-based business, you can access rates as low as $3.50 for lightweight local packages. It's time to shop Canadian, ship Canadian. Learn more about our best rates at canadapost.ca/shipcanadian.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Second half about to start. Raptors leading 61-46. The 15-point lead is their largest of the game. And what kind of padding is it going to be if they can ride it out and get another win? 4 games left for Toronto. Barrett in the lane starts it off with the jam. Great play call out of the timeout at halftime. And the Raptors go up 63-46. Raptors in the white. They will move left to right for the second half. The Nets have it in the front court. Abaji with the steal. And he's called on the sideline. Ochai did a really nice job knocking the ball away and tried to tightrope coming up the near side on the sideline, but stepped on the line. Raptors could get to 30 wins. I mean, any improvement past last year's total. Timmy in the lane, floated up, no good. Rebound to Mobo. Outlet Shed. Shed, Mobo, Walter, Abaji, and Barrett for the white-shirted Raptors. Barrett in the lane, kicks it out. Open three for Walter, no good. Rebound, Zaire Williams. Got one of the Nets players hurt behind the play as the Raptors come and double. Timmy has the ball up top. It was Reese Beekman. He's back in the play. Finds Timmy. His three up top, no good. 10 minutes, 40 seconds. That's what's left, third quarter. And the Raptors with a commanding and sizable lead, and they just add to it there.
It's so funny watching Drew Timmy. He was a college basketball treasure.
Yeah.
And he looks absolutely
different game.
Yeah.
Different game, different place.
And again, it'll take time to adapt and adjust to the game, but he's also got it as years of experience.
Right.
He's not a first year, 1 year college one and done type of guy.
Second half tip-off, powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Up your game. Lease the CRV Sport from 1.99% up to 36 months. Visit HondaOntario.com. Well, the Raptors have upped their game in the second half. They were leading by 15. It's up to 19 now. Shed three ball looking for a 20-plus point lead is no good. Back comes Brooklyn. Front court, Watford. Drives near side into the lane. Awkward steps. Looked like he walked, but they're going to call the Raptors on the foul, and Trenton Watford will get a couple of free throws. (65-46) Toronto. Momo takes the foul. We get a look on our monitor at Jordy Fernandez and
Juwan Howard.
You got to wonder both of these guys, accomplished coaches, and you're building the car from the bottom right now, kind of like IKEA. You just got all these pieces you're trying to fit together and looking for new ones too. The worst part is when you build something like that when you have leftovers.
It's and looking at this team right now, it reminds you of how fast the NBA moves. Because just the other day, we're looking at this team with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving,
James Harden. Yeah.
And now they have about 15 first-round picks over the next seven drafts, right? 7 years. So the NBA moves.
It does. And we always say, to me, as Brooklyn has in the lane and is fouled by Jacoby Walter, one of the biggest and most deceiving statements in basketball is, we're building for the future. At some point, the future becomes the present.
Yeah.
It's not always about, who's next or what's the next guy. And I guess, as you advance, you get to a point where, and I think the Raptors are kind of coming to that stage now. It's like 3-4 years. Next year will be the third year after the trade of Anunoby and Siakam and Van Vliet gone, and Scotty's been here 5 years. Ingram's been in the league, 5-6 years. Sorry, Brandon Ingram's been in the league 9 years.
9 years. Think about it. Emmanuel Quickly, 5th.
Yeah, it's time now. You got what I call young vets, guys in their
OGs.
Yeah, mid to late 20s that have been around. Raptors up 68-47. Their lead is 21. Shed makes a steal, comes down Main Street, finds Barrett, drive, lay it up, no good. RJ fighting for the rebound, can't get it. Back comes Brooklyn in the lane, and the foul on Toronto. Keon Johnson will go to the line for two. You know what I mean, Javon? At some point, no more of this building for the future. We're here. It's not our time yet.
The thing is, too, is the front offices and coaches can say we are building for the future. Players don't have the luxury of that because Their building for the future is the present, because if you don't fall into the plan of the front office, you don't fall into the plan of also the front office. You don't fall into the plan of the front office. And like I said to you, like we say it all the time, no locker room looks the same year over year.
No.
None. That is the one guarantee in basketball. So the present for every player, the future for every player is actually present.
I got now. Yeah. I don't have next. I got now. Free throws go down for Keon Johnson. 68-48, Toronto by 20. Well, the Raptors continue to show what the potential could be for next year. Mobo in the lane, lays it up and in, and he's fouled. We keep harping on it, and we've reiterated it numerous times. Ingram, Barnes, Quickly, Barrett, Pirtle as your potential starting five.
Yeah.
Then you come off the bench with Shed, with Grady.
You're in position. You are in position.
Yeah. And you're going to Abaji, and you're going to get somebody this summer too, right? And then what becomes of? We know he hasn't played a lot now because of the mandate being on development, but man, I'd love having Chris Boucher on my team. He's going to go out and give you everything he has. 71-48, Raptors by 23. Johnson in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Brooklyn picks it up, lays it in. Watford lays it in, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for two. 8:14, third quarter, 71-50. Toronto by 21. All right, and then on the other side, we were talking about Brooklyn. You have all these draft picks. And will management be patient with the coach? Will the front office be patient with management? Hey, you tore it down, and I don't think you're building it back up far enough.
And as is, they're already the second youngest team in the NBA.
Right.
And with that amount of picks, you're going to get younger over the next few years as well.
Jamal Shed has his shot blocked. Raptors retrain, kick it out. Abaji three, halfway down. Doesn't go. Here comes Keon Johnson. Through Timmy in the lane. Zaire Williams has it knocked away by Jacoby Walter. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Brooklyn. So the women's game, for all intents and purposes, is over. 82-53 Connecticut, 92 seconds to go. And the Huskies and Gino Auriemma going to get another NCAA title. Barrett grabs the rebound of the miss. Comes front court to Abaji. Into the corner, Jacoby Walter in the lane to Barrett. Leans in, muscles it up, no good. Rebound by Johnson. His pass up the middle of the court. They swing it into the corner. Timmy three is good. And Timmy knocks it out. 71-54 Raptors. 7:10 to go. Man, Mobo in the lane. What a great pass.
The look away with the left hand by Jacoby.
And the Raptors go up by 29. Layup up and down from Drew Timmy. Here comes Jamal Shed, front court to Mobo. Kicks to Abaji, catch and shoot, corner three, no good. Rebound Timmy. I think my math was off. We got a foul on Jamal Shed above the arc before the shot. It was 19, not 29. The way the numbers are going these days, other parts of our life, it's sometimes difficult to believe what your eyes are telling you. Let's take a timeout. 6:40 to go, third quarter. 73-56 Raptors leading by 17. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6081. That's 1-800-353-6081. Again, 1-800-353-6081.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Raptors leading the Nets 73-56, 6:40 to go. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. Raptors with a 17-point lead, and looking at some other scores around the association. We told you Chicago defeated Charlotte 131-117, and looky with 5:10 to go third quarter. Lakers 90, OKC 67. Not reading too much into that, but I know we're going to get the Lakers in 5 comment from Shannon Sharp. West playoffs are definitely going to be interesting. So Keon Johnson will go to the line. He was fouled before the break. Jamison Battle and Ochai Agbaji on the floor for Toronto. Looks like RJ is going to be charged with a lot of the ball handling duties with this group. That's good. Put him in situations where you can learn. I mean, who knows, next year you're in a close game.
Yeah.
Foul trouble, injury.
And you know what? He did some of it this year early in the season as well, right?
Yeah. And he will indeed bring it up.
It probably showed a bit more of his passing and ball handling and facilitating ability than most would have given him credit.
Ball off Battle. Raptors ran a screen and roll, got it to the far side left wing. The cross-court pass to the near corner right wing was deflected, and then Battle couldn't corral it. It went off his hands out of bounds, so it's Brooklyn ball. 73-55. Nets down as they have it in the front court. Timmy spins, floats it up and in. Series of moves there. Drilling for oil on that pivot foot. But he got it down. That's his game. Barrett drive. That's his game. Down the left side, far wing, lay it in. 75-57. Raptors by 18.
Got to step on Timmy on turning the corner, and he just couldn't recover.
Timmy down the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, here comes Agbaji. Dribble handoff to Barrett up top. Lawson runs by Timmy like a statue, but misses the layup. Here comes Brooklyn. Front court, they kick it out. Timmy, pass fake, catch and shoot three, knocks it down. 75-60. So I'm not, I know I should hip when I should hop, and I hop when I should hip, but this celebration Like I try to keep up with most of them. Carmelo had the 3 in your head.
3 to the head.
There's the down the like you cock the gun when you knock down a 3.
So Timmy got the 3 to the face now.
Is that the 3 in your face?
Yeah, 3 in your face. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he should probably stick to his mustache. You remember when he
did the mustache and throw it out, the fingers out.
Yeah, I'm not too sure it's 3 to the face or.
My favorite 3 celebration now
I know which one you like.
Which one?
3 in the vein.
Ice in the vein. 3 in the vein. 3 in the vein. That's me. 3 in the vein.
Dennis Schroeder.
That's Ochai Agbaji. His drive blocked. At least the refs are letting him go. In the NFL, if you dance too long in the end zone, they flag you. You don't have no idea how hard it is to score in professional sports at any level. Speaking of which, Mr. Ovechkin now, the all-time leader in goals in NHL history. What an accomplishment and a feat that is. 75-60 Raptors. 4:55 to go, third quarter. Barrett in the lane. Man, he had Derek Whitehead in jail. And Whitehead fouled him as RJ spun to the basket. No shots. Side out of bounds for Toronto, and I continue to be impressed with Orlando Robinson's ability to maybe not always deliver or execute, but know what the right pass is.
Yes.
And that's key for a big guy when you're playing 5 out or 4 around 1, or you're running splits off him in a push series or elbow series. Barrett up top, drives into the lane. 2 shot fakes on Timmy, gets him in the air and is fouled. And RJ will go back to the line for 2, where he's 4 of 7 tonight. 12 points on 4 of 13 from the floor. .442 to go. Third quarter. Barrett free throw, no good. And if you're a guy like an RJ Barrett, after an intense year last year from a family standpoint, the Olympics, I know Canada's qualified for the America Cup, but I might have some of those guys sit this one out.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah, well, you're not going to have.
You can't grind it down that much.
No, you also want to continue to foster the pipeline.
Yes.
Talent, right? And that's
Shaden Sharp, Leonard Miller,
Delano Banton.
Right.
If you can get, obviously Zach Edey's situation is a little bit different, but even if you can get a Zach Edey to commit to a portion of it, right? Adjusting to the FIBA game, because you're also building to 2028. You're also building for 2, 3, 4 cycles down the line.
Right. Maxwell Lewis lays it in, 75-62. Raptors by 13. Barrett back the other way. And what do they got? They got an offensive foul on somebody more or less blocking for RJ. They got it on Orlando Robinson. Well, first, Mr. Barrett Sr. has to find himself a coach. Although I don't think there's a shortage of people that are putting their hands up and saying Canada has an NBA team. I'd like that job. I'd like that job
on that position there.
Yeah, it's a very desirable job right now. Lewis, 3-ball near side, rattles it down. Brooklyn making a bit of a run. 75-65, 3:50 to go, third quarter. Darko wants a timeout. Brooklyn getting a little bit too close for comfort here. 3:47 to go. Third quarter. Toronto 75. Brooklyn 65. Are we keeping it here or are we taking a break? We will take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They can can help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-318-1940. That's 1-800-318-1940. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-318-1940. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-318-1940. Ontario license number 4705786.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.ca/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed where work is performed. See website for details.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
75-65 Toronto. They lead by 10, but at one juncture the lead was 23. And the Nets have kind of shaved it down. So Darko Rajakovic with the timeout. Let's see what the Raptors get coming out of the timeout. Lots of Raptor jerseys at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn on this late afternoon. Move toward the dinner hour here in the Eastern time zone. Raptors 7th best odds right now to get the first pick. Only an 8% chance, but hey, look at Atlanta last year.
Yeah.
That's why it's a lottery. Raptors up 10. They have the ball front court, moving left to right in the white uniforms. Cole Swider, 3, good. Down the bottom of the well. Swider knocks it out. 10th triple of the game for Toronto. They lead 78-65. And then the Raptors immediately clamp down. A.J. Lawson with all that energy helps get the stop. Shed will bring it front court. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Oh, Lawson just fumbled it away. Back comes Brooklyn. They lay it up and in.
Yeah, that
dribble handoff, just it looked like he had his hands closed.
Well, right away, Jamal said it's on him, right? You can see him gesturing to himself on that one. Gotta be a bit closer. Can't be a toss behind, a little pitch behind.
Lawson gets it back. He drives to the basket, lays it up and in, and is fouled by Iwoma. Came across too late, had a foot on the restricted arc. And so A.J. Lawson gets 2, and he'll go to the line for one more. Looking to crack into double figures with 10 points. Misses the free throw. So it's an 80-67 lead for Toronto. Brooklyn front court. On the bounce inside. They take down the rebound of the missed shot by Toronto. And the drive by Iwoma produces a foul on Orlando Robinson. So the Princeton kid will go to the line for a couple of free throws. (80-67) Toronto. 2:38 to go. Third quarter. Iwoma knocks down the first free throw. Getting some playing time with a lot of the regulars sitting down. Cam Thomas, Noah Clowney, D'Angelo Russell, Nick Claxton, all guys that are out of the lineup for Brooklyn. Toronto says no excuse. We got a bunch of people sitting down too, and we're taking it at you right now. Shed thought he was fouled on the drive. No call. Back comes Brooklyn. Iwoma up top. They wanted him to move the ball. He caught it and it stuck. They swing it now. Beekman three, short. Rebound knocked away. Brooklyn has it. Deep three in the air, no good again. But they come away with the rebound. Etienne this time. On the drive, they kick it out. Whitehead three, no good. Rebound, they say stay here. As Lawson and Etienne were locked up. And they got the foul on A.J. Lawson.
That's his first personal penalty.
The Toronto leading at 80-69 with 1:59 to go. Third quarter. Now they're discussing who should be on the line. Ever get those situations where it's like a technical or everybody wants to shoot it? Everybody wants the points. Everybody wants to get to the line to get the shots.
And you can tell who's just score hungry because sometimes you have no business stepping up to take the technical shot.
Yeah.
And you're very transparent that all you're concerned about is the point or 2 points in the box score beside your name. Some people have no business stepping up to that line. Lawson inbounds the basketball to Swider.
The Raptors turn it over. And Beekman gets the layup.
A little pressure.
Yeah. 80-72, the Raptors.
Now Brooklyn showing a little bit of three-quarter press here. Trying to slow the Raptors down, force them to turn it over on the last possession. Now Jamal Shed with the basketball. So elbow entry to Robinson. Wider.
And then
try to make a
turnover.
play. Back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah, that's the killer right now. You're letting them back in the game just with more possessions. Step back. Lewis, no good. Rebound, standing rebound to Shed. The Brooklyn crowd's getting a little energized too. 1:10 to go. Third quarter, Toronto up 80-72. Shed to the basket. Banks it up and in. Restores the double-figure lead at 10. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Battle. Guarding the ball out top. And they've got an offensive foul on Brooklyn. Looks like Iwoma trying to kind of set a screen, but was moving at the same time, and they got him for kind of like the football block. Raptors inbound. Coming left to right in the white uniforms, leading 82-72. Shed up top on the big Brooklyn logo at midcourt. Works near side, crosses over, finds Battle. Three ball near side, no good. Rebound Brooklyn. Shot clock, game clock about 5 seconds apart. Brooklyn hustles it front court, puts it up on the drive, no good. Not sure I get that one because it wasn't a 2-for-1 opportunity, but the Raptors will take it, and they will get the last shot of the quarter. Right now leading 82-72. Shed up top. Shakes. Oh, what a move into the lane. The lefty shot, no good though. And that's the way the quarter ends. That was a terrific move by Jamal Shed. He just could not get the finish. So it's a 10-point lead for the Raptors, 82-72, leading to the last lap of the track. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine. the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom! Wha-bam! Zap! Turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
We're standing proud together. For Canada. I'm Colin Mockery.
I'm Deb McGrath, and we're making serious changes to the way we shop.
Like this tube of toothpaste, made in Canada.
Yeah, made in Canada, but it's not toothpaste.
Really?
It's cheese spread in a tube.
Oh, I'll take 2 then.
Let's protect Canadian jobs and Canadian business.
Shop as if your country depends on it. Keep your money in Canada for Canada.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Last lap of the track, 82-72, Toronto by 10. Fourth quarter, powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard behind the glass. Cameron Moore, Jag Kang. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg at the conclusion of the game. One in which the Raptors will hope that they are able to notch win number 29 on this long, arduous, sometimes frustrating season. But with the mandate on development, Javon, I give them credit. They have developed some very good young talent that's got potential. You look at Mobo and Shed, Walter, and the other young guys too, a guy like Grady. So Toronto doing what they can, but right now they're playing out the string, and I'm sure eagerly looking forward to next year. Schweider in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Orlando Robinson up and in. What do you do with Orlando Robinson next year?
That is going to be the big question.
I like him.
He has proven that he can play.
Yeah, and he gives you some traditional stuff. I mean, if you have healthy big people next year, Mitchell Robinson, Joel Embiid, you need guys to play against them. Yeah, you've got Pirtle, but that's not a one-man job. 84-72 Toronto. 11:20 to go, fourth quarter. Brooklyn ball up top. They come front court from right to left. On the bounce, Whitehead drives into the lane, bounces off a defender. Sorry, that is 9, not 0. That's Watford. Folks, I got to tell you, these gray... I feel like I'm in a colorblind test. You know, when you look for the number and there's a whole bunch of dots and there's a pattern and you've got to find the number. Those jerseys, I mean, they might be great when you're in person, but back here on the monitor, they are sometimes difficult to get a look at. Free throw good by Trendon Watford. 84-73. Brooklyn trying to hang in. Second one good, so the lead back down to 10. Barrett will bring it front court for Toronto in the white from left to right. 1 minute gone. Fourth quarter. Barrett spins, gets into the lane, bounces off the contact, is fouled, and RJ will go to the line for 2 more free throws. That's the good news. The bad news is he's only 4 of 9. Can't leave food on the table. At least not in my house. Somebody
definitely not in my house.
Somebody will come along and don't even get up to go get a drink because it could be gone then. Barrett misses the first free throw. 84-74. Second one good for RJ. The lead 11 for Toronto. Jared Roden picking up full court. On Tyson Etienne. On the dribble. Watford up top. Gets it to Iwoma. 3 up top, no good from Etienne. And the Raptors turn it over and then steal it back. Cole Swider, far side. Picks it up, gets it to Barrett on the baseline. RJ bullies his way underneath and misses the layup. Orlando Robin says, I got you though. Puts the stick back in. Toronto up 13, 87-74. Here comes Watford front court. Gets into the lane, lays it up and in. Beat Mobo on the bounce. Way out near center. And so Brooklyn cuts it to 11. RJ brings it up the middle of the court. Drives into the lane. Floated up, no good. Orlando Robinson can't finish. Barrett down on his stomach. Back comes Brooklyn. Deep 3 in the air. Good from Keon Johnson. 87-79. The lead down to 8. Swider. Deep 3 near side. Good. Down the bottom of the well.
That was a deep one.
Long drink of water for
29 feet.
Cole Swider. 90-79 Toronto. Down the lane. Oh, man. Keon Johnson with the left hand cramps it down.
Entire Brooklyn bench up.
90-81. Brooklyn cuts the lead to 9. Swider says, I'm on my game today, though. Take those 3 in the bottom of the well.
RJ knew to go right back to Swider. Hit that deep one 29 feet out, and RJ comes down and hits him in that right corner, knowing, all right, if you hit that one, the shortest 3 in the game is from that corner.
Feed the fire, and Brooklyn is doing the same. Feeding theirs. Deep 3 up top. We go punch for punch here. 93-84, Toronto by 9. Robinson, far side. Backs into the lane. Finds a cutting Roden who lays it up and in. Wanted the foul call. Didn't get it. But did get the deuce. Toronto up 95-84. 8:19 to go. The pace quickening here midway through the fourth quarter. Deep 3, Keon Johnson. Knocked one down before. This one missed everything but the floor. The air ball will turn it over to Toronto. 95-84, 8 minutes to go. Barrett drives, gets to the basket. Thought he was fouled. Brooklyn gets the block. Back they come. And in the lane, Zaire Williams with a big jam. And Toronto takes a timeout. 95-86. Brooklyn crowd getting into it. The lead is inside 10. We will take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-656-7129. That's 1-800-656-7129. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-656-7129. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-656-7129. Ontario license number 4705786.
Red and white, it runs through the veins of everyone who calls our country home. It brings us closer together, no matter where we are. This spring, patients across Canada need you to give a little red and white. Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new blood and plasma donors every day to fuel Canada's lifeline. Let's get Canada's blood pumping. Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
$95-86, Toronto leading Brooklyn, 7:56 to go. Fourth quarter, we head towards the top of the stretch, and the Raptors trying to hold off Brooklyn. They had a massive 23-point lead, and we know, we say it all the time, no lead is safe in the NBA because so many possessions, the game is different. But Brooklyn doing their best to hang in after being down 23 at one juncture. Toronto ball moving left to right. They're coming full court, and Brooklyn picks them up. Shed will handle the ball handling duties. Gets it over center. Now to Roden. To Swider in the lane. Great pass to Robinson down low, laid it up and in.
I thought he could have went up with it as well. You just hit two good threes where he came off that pin down, took that last dribble, probably had a shot as well, but unselfish play getting it to Robinson.
Very unselfish. Keep the big man engaged. Feed the dog. He'll guard the yard. And Robinson challenges that shot, but it goes up and in for Reese Beekman. 97-88, 7:10 to go, fourth quarter. Shed, stop and go dribble in the lane, gets it to Roden. Drive, lay it up and in. Jared Roden with a nice move. Near side to far side, right to left. Back comes Brooklyn. Etienne gets it up top. Zaire Williams 3, knocks it out. 99-91, Brooklyn chipping away, Javon. It's down to 8 as we approach the top of the stretch. Shed in the lane, his floater no good. But Orlando Robinson, repelling from the ceiling, comes flying in for the stick back jam. 101-91 Toronto. Back comes Beekman, and an off-balance floater goes down. So the lead back to 8. 6:18 to go, top of the stretch. 101-93 Toronto. Nets are 8 of 9 this quarter, while Toronto not too shabby at 8 of 14. Make it 9 of 15 as Abaji goes up on the lob from Robinson in the middle of the lane and tipped it in.
And Scotty's up on the sideline. He's just as locked in on this game as the guys on the floor. Like, he's looking for a tech from the officials right now, taking a 10-point game.
Well, what happened was Iwoma took the ball and gave a chest pass to the stanchion, and it came back, and Scotty wanted the tech. Didn't get it, but...
And this is with 4 games left. No playoffs in sight.
Yeah.
Like, I have an appreciation for that.
Brooklyn ball front court on the drive into the lane. They try to find Timmy cross court, knocked away, stolen. Abaji on the drive, lost his balance on the misdirection step. Here comes Brooklyn. On the way back, Iwoma drive, lefty shot, no good. Rebound Swider. Shed now will walk it up and say, let's get into something. 5.5 to go in the ball game. 104-93 Toronto. Abaji to Roden, 3 ball, no good. Near side rebound, Robinson up and in. Look what I found. Timeout Brooklyn. Raptors have stretched the lead back to 13, 106-93. Inside the top of the stretch, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
The Shaw Festival presents Anything Goes, a dazzling production of Cole Porter's timeless musical set on the SS American. Follow the antics of a nightclub singer as she navigates love triangles and hilarious hijinks on the high seas. Anything goes on this ocean liner, featuring spectacular tap dancing and hits like You're the Top. Don't miss Anything Goes at the Shaw. For tickets, go to shawfest.com.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
(106-93), Toronto leading, 5:19 to go. Fourth quarter. Raptors with 6 players in double figures. Well balanced. Abaji, Barrett, Mobo with 13 apiece. Swider with 12, Robinson with 12, and Battle with 12. Toronto doing a nice job spreading it around. Brooklyn has 5 starters in double figures, but the Raptors still own the lead right now, 106-93.
Well, how about the Raptors' 26 assists of 38 made baskets?
Ball's moving, not sticking. No sticky fingers.
48 points off of the bench.
Shed sitting on the bench. The Raptors have Roden, Lawson, Abaji on the floor with Swider. And Mobo. Roden makes a steal, and he'll take it all the way in for the jam. Jared Roden, I love his energy. I really, really do. Makes a steal, puts Toronto up 15 with under 5 minutes to go. Front court, Beekman. They get it to Timmy. On the bounce to Lewis. Maxwell Lewis, shot blocked. I mean, he let it go, and Mobo jumped after he did and still blocked it. What athleticism from Mobo. Swider to Abaji. Drives, and they say the ball went off his foot. He's looking at the ref. Well, I wouldn't dribble it off my foot if I wasn't pushed. Mobo with a huge block at the other end. Great reaction time, Javon.
Off his feet, yes.
15-point Raptor lead. We're 30 seconds closer to the finish line than we were before. 6:20 to go, fourth quarter. Brooklyn ball above the arc. They get it to Timmy. Foul line extended. Gonna back down, try to find a cutter. Swallowed up by the Seasons. And Jared Roden
blew a tire.
He did.
Trying
He was
to go
going to throw it down with 2 hands.
Thought he was.
As you said, blew a tire. 110-93 Toronto in the lane. Mobo is going to be called for the foul on Beekman. 9-0 run by the Raptors over the last 2:09. And that took that lead that was down to 6. Back up to 17. Free throw good from Beekman. Iwoma will check in. Raptors in touch right now with maybe another win. Leading at 110-95. 15-point lead, 3:47 to go. Lawson brings it front court against Whitehead. Lawson still on the bounce, gets into the lane, floats it up, no good, man. Rolled tantalizingly along the top of the rim and didn't go down. Back on the drive, Lewis drives and lays it in. Abaji, front court, on the dribble, into the lane, throws it down. Ochai found a crack.
Takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff in the middle of the lane. Ochai slams it down. Back comes Maxwell Lewis. Not as loud, but just as effective with a layup going near side to far side. 112-99 Toronto. 2:50 to go. Down the stretch we come. Mobo in the lane, floats it up and in with the left hand. 15-point Raptor lead. Toronto digging in, showing some resiliency here. Iwoma gets to the hoop, lays it in. The tough basket. Raptors by 13 though. 2:28 to go. 114-101. Oh, great cut by Lawson.
And that's exactly what happens when you get into those splits.
Yeah.
Right? The defense falls asleep. They're trying to communicate and figure out who's switching, who's staying. That split second.
Lawson made it look like he was going to go and set a screen, and he slipped. And there was the cut that came with it from the defense. Really nice basketball by Toronto there. That's the kind of stuff you clip that for the edit and you show it. Maybe next year in training camp. Hey, this is what we're looking for. Lawson runs down the rebound of the missed shot. It's knocked out of bounds. 116-101 Toronto. 2:03 to go. And Jordy Fernandez is going to challenge this call, saying that it went off A.J. Lawson. So we will keep it here. And Javon, it's something, we should probably let our listeners in on. The season ends. The coaches don't stop working.
No.
I remember talking to Dwayne Casey when he took the Raptor job, and I said, so what'd you do this summer? He said, I watched every single one of the Raptor games 3 times to get player tendencies, to make notes. What are our strengths? What do we do well? What are our weaknesses?
This is actually where the real work begins.
Yes.
Because once you get to see, the real work begins now because you're getting your philosophies, your systems, you're improving on everything that you had in place, your foundation. And or in some situations, you have a completely different team. You have to come up with a new foundation.
You got new textbooks.
Right? When you get into regular season play, when you get into season play, I think people forget those are all just the entire season is just adjustment.
Yes.
To what you've already built.
Yeah.
Right? Going into your off seasons where you're building, the entire season. You're building out the entire year. You're building out, how you're going to utilize this player. You're also building out, we need certain players to get better and improve in this area so that we can utilize them this way.
That's Toronto. Therefore, this is going to be a successful challenge.
So Brooklyn will get the ball. Javon, that never struck me more than in my first year of university basketball. We lost the game at the beginning of the year, and we were upset. And the coach came in the locker room and said, don't worry, guys. We don't have all of our stuff in yet. We've got to play at the end of the year. It's a preseason, our first game. We got to play at the end of the year in that situation. And I said, well, we left the arena. I said, why don't you give us the play now? He said, because we're not ready for it now. I didn't want to show it to the other team now. There's all these things that go into it. So, yeah, the season's coming to an end, but, next season starts for Toronto the day after this season ends. So Brooklyn has the ball, down 15, minute 55 to go. Step back jumper up top, no good from Whitehead. Here comes Toronto. Mobo on the run, jams it down. That might do it. 118-101 Toronto, minute 45 to go. Mobo getting out and flushing it down. He's got 17 points on the afternoon. Deep three, no good. Rebound to Swider. Raptors now with 8 players in double figures. Lawson to Mobo. Up top, they get it to Swider. Corner three, no good. As he falls down, fading into the Raptor bench. Here comes Brooklyn. Deep three, Whitehead, good. 118-104. Raptors with a minute to go and a 14-point lead. Abaji handling up top. Gets it to Mobo. On the bounce, floats it up to Abaji in the lane. Tries to kick it out top. Roden was cutting. Abaji had the picture of him where he was. And when he passed it there, the Seton Hall Pirate Roden had vacated. Got to feel good for him to be playing in Brooklyn, a place close to Jersey where he played his college ball. In the lane, Whitehead bounces off Mobo and lays it in. 118-106. Toronto by 12. Mobo to Lawson, far side. Mobo has tied his career high with 17. Lawson drives in for the layup there. Raptors with the lead, 120-106. Corner three. Up and down for Iwoma. But that'll do it. The Raptors with 10 seconds will take it over center and dribble out the clock. Darko Rajakovic and Jordi Fernandez embrace at midcourt, have a little chat, and it's a final. The Toronto Raptors go to Brooklyn and get a win. Win number 29 on the season for Toronto. It's a final from the Barclays Center. Toronto 120, Brooklyn 109. We told you career high, tying 17 points for Mobo. He did a really nice job today.
And also Jamal Shed, career high, 12 assists.
Yeah, the previous high in assists was 10 for Jamal Shed. A lot of guys getting a chance to put up some what they hope are meaningful and pertinent numbers when the front office is watching. So the Raptors go to Brooklyn and get a win. They'll come home for their final home contest on Wednesday night against the Charlotte Hornets. The Raptors win it 120-109. Postgame up next with Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg. For Cameron Moore and Jag Kang behind the glass, and my broadcast partner, Javon Shepard, and I'm Paul Jones saying thank you for listening. Raptors win it 120-109. You've been listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
On the Internet 929, Panthers on Internet 931. 6 p.m., Buffalo Sabres face the Boston Bruins. Sabres on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 922, Bruins on Internet 921. 6 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Blackhawks on XM221 Internet 925, Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m., Nashville Predators take on the Montreal Canadiens. Predators on XM222 Internet 935, Canadiens on Internet 934. 10 p.m., Vancouver Canucks face the Vegas Golden Knights. Canucks on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 948, Knights on Internet 949. In the UFL, 6:30 p.m., St. Louis Battlehawks take on the San Antonio Brahmas on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. In the USL, 4 p.m., San Antonio FC take on Phoenix Rising FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. In NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., Stanford takes on Texas Tech on XM and Internet 371. In NCAA College Soccer, 5 p.m. LSU faces Alabama on XM and Internet 374. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change.
Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet Channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants taking the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius XM Channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Ryan Payton for SiriusXM Sports. For fans of the Maple Leafs who are old enough, February 7th, 1976 was one of the most unforgettable nights of their lives. The Leafs won 11-4 over Boston, but that was not the amazing part. No, what was amazing was that the rout was done almost single-handedly by one man. The man's name, Daryl Sittler. He scored 6 times, added 4 assists for 10 points, which in a single game broke the record of 8 set by Maurice Richard of the Canadiens back in 1944, and it still stands as the all-time record today. Now, just how amazing was it to record 10 points in a game? Well, no one else in the history of the league before or after his performance has even scored 9 points in a game. He also became only the 8th player in NHL history to record 6 goals in one single game. He was the first guy to do that since Red Berenson in 1968, and is another that no one has done since. He was in his first season as Leafs captain when he did that. With a little help from his historic performance, he reached the 100-point plateau in the 75-76 campaign, recording 41 goals and 59 assists. He retired in 1985, and he was elected into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1989. Daryl Sittler, a 10-point night, February 7th, 1976, for the Maple Leafs against Boston. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet Channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants taking the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius XM Channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864. 4:07 p.m., LA Angels taking the Cleveland Guardians. Angels on Sirius 132, XM 187, and Internet 853, Guardians on Internet 848. 7:10 p.m., Boston Red Sox taking the St. Louis Cardinals. Red Sox on Sirius 208, XM 175, and Internet 844. Cardinals on Internet 865. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 89. In the NASCAR Cup Series at 3:12 p.m., catch full coverage of the Goodyear 400 on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 90. In the NBA, 6 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the Utah Jazz. Hawks on Sirius 103, XM 213, and Internet 800. Jazz on Internet 908. 6 p.m., Boston Celtics take on the Washington Wizards. Celtics on Sirius 108, XM 213, and Internet 881. Wizards on Internet 909. 6 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Sacramento Kings. Cavs on Sirius XM Channels 86, Internet 885. Kings on Internet 905. 6 p.m., Portland Trailblazers take on the San Antonio Spurs. Blazers on Sirius 106, XM 212, and Internet 904. Spurs on Internet 906. 7 p.m., New York Knicks face the Phoenix Suns. Knicks on Sirius 94, XM 216, and Internet 899. Suns on Internet 903. 8 p.m., Denver Nuggets take on the Indiana Pacers. Nuggets on Sirius 146, XM 217, and Internet 887. Pacers on Internet 891. 8:30 p.m., Golden State Warriors take on the Houston Rockets. Warriors on Sirius XM Channels 86, Internet 889. Rockets on Internet 890. 8:30 p.m., New Orleans Pelicans take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Pelicans on Sirius 106, XM 212, and Internet 898. Bucks on Internet 896. In the NHL, 5 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Columbus Blue Jackets. Senators on XM 219, Internet 939. Jackets on Internet 927. 5:30 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Florida Panthers. Red Wings on XM 220, Internet 929. Panthers on Internet 931. 6 p.m., Buffalo Sabres face the Boston Bruins. Sabres on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 922. Bruins on Internet 921. 6 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Blackhawks on XM 221, Internet 925. Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m., Nashville Predators take on the Montreal Canadiens. Predators on XM 222, Internet 935. Canadiens on Internet 934. 10 p.m., Vancouver Canucks face the Vegas Golden Knights. Canucks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 948. Knights on Internet 949. In the UFL, 6:30 p.m., St. Louis Battlehawks take on the San Antonio Brahmas on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. In the USL, 4 p.m., San Antonio FC take on Phoenix Rising FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. In NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., Stanford takes on Texas Tech on XM and Internet 371. In NCAA College Soccer, 5 p.m. LSU faces Alabama on XM and Internet 374. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants take on the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius and XM channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is Sirius XM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. Sirius XM NBA Radio, Sirius XM 86.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. David Gus Bell, better known as Buddy, played over 2,400 games in the major leagues, mostly with the Cleveland Indians and Texas Rangers. During that time, Bell hit 201 home runs and added over 1,000 RBI, en route to compiling 2,514 hits. An impressive career for a player taken in the 16th round of the 1969 amateur draft. The native of Pittsburgh, who played high school ball in Cincinnati, also suited up for the Reds and Astros near the tail end of his career, but he never had the opportunity to face major league pitching in the postseason. Bell holds the dubious distinction of having played the most games in the major leagues during the era of divisional play without ever getting a sniff of October baseball. Ferguson Jenkins is the first Canadian-born baseball player to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. The native of Chatham, Ontario, got there because he was a dominant pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, earning 6 straight 20-win seasons and taking home the 1971 Cy Young Award as the National League's top pitcher. A 25-win season with the 1974 Texas Rangers was his high watermark, and Fergie finished his 19-year career with 284 wins, over 3,000 strikeouts, and he walked less than 1,000 batters. Yet for all his greatness, Jenkins also never had the chance to play in the postseason. After beginning his career in 1965 with the Phillies, he also served time with the Red Sox, as well as a second tour of duty with both the Rangers and Cubs, retiring after the 1983 season. Jenkins was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1991. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants take on the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius and XM channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864. 4:07 p.m., LA Angels take on the Cleveland Guardians. Angels on Sirius 132, XM 187, and Internet 853, Guardians on Internet 848. 7:10 p.m., Boston Red Sox take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Red Sox on Sirius 208, XM 175, and Internet 844. Cardinals on Internet 865. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 89. In the NASCAR Cup Series at 3:12 p.m., catch full coverage of the Goodyear 400 on Sirius XM and Internet channels 90. In the NBA, 6 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the Utah Jazz. Hawks on Sirius 103, XM 213, and Internet 800. Jazz on Internet 908. 6 p.m., Boston Celtics take on the Washington Wizards. Celtics on Sirius 108, XM 213, and Internet 881. Wizards on Internet 909. 6 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Sacramento Kings. Cavs on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 885. Kings on Internet 905. At 6 p.m., Portland Trailblazers take on the San Antonio Spurs. Blazers on Sirius 106, XM 212 and Internet 904. Spurs on Internet 906. 7 p.m., New York Knicks face the Phoenix Suns. Knicks on Sirius 94, XM 216 and Internet 899. Suns on Internet 903. 8 p.m., Denver Nuggets take on the Indiana Pacers. Nuggets on Sirius 146, XM 217 and Internet 887. Pacers on Internet 891. 8:30 p.m., Golden State Warriors take on the Houston Rockets. Warriors on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 889. Rockets on Internet 890. 8:30 p.m., New Orleans Pelicans take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Pelicans on Sirius 106, XM 212 and Internet 898. Bucks on Internet 896. In the NHL, 5 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Columbus Blue Jackets. Senators on XM 219, Internet 939. Jackets on Internet 927. 5:30 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Florida Panthers. Red Wings on XM 220, Internet 929. Panthers on Internet 931. 6 p.m., Buffalo Sabres face the Boston Bruins. Sabres on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 922. Bruins on Internet 921. 6 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Blackhawks on XM 221, Internet 925. Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m., Nashville Predators take on the Montreal Canadiens. Predators on XM 222, Internet 935. Canadiens on Internet 934. 10 p.m., Vancouver Canucks face the Vegas Golden Knights. Canucks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 948. Knights on Internet 949. In the UFL, 6:30 p.m., St. Louis Battlehawks take on the San Antonio Brahmas on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. In the USL, 4 p.m., San Antonio FC take on Phoenix Rising FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. In NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., Stanford takes on Texas Tech on XM and Internet 371. In NCAA College Soccer, 5 p.m., LSU faces Alabama on XM and Internet 374. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants take on the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius and XM channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. You know, Novak Djokovic has become only the third person to hold all 4 Grand Slam tennis titles at one time. 2 players have completed that feat in a calendar year. Only one has done it twice. His name, Rod Laver. In 1962, he competed as an amateur and became the first player since Don Budge in 1938 to complete the calendar slam. His hardest test came on clay, winning 3 straight 5-setters en route to the French Open title. In all, there were 22 wins for Laver in 1962. Now, until 1968, pros were not allowed to play in Grand Slam tournaments. When that rule was changed, the Open era began. This, of course, meant Laver was banned from the majors for 5 years of his career. But once the doors opened for professionals, he burst onto the Grand Slam scene. He won the first Wimbledon of the Open era in 1968, defeating top-ranked amateur Arthur Ashe in the semifinal in straight sets, then went on to win the final. Laver would win a total of 11 Grand Slams as both a pro and an amateur at this time, despite being banned from Grand Slam play for 5 of his best years. He won 6 doubles Grand Slams, 3 mixed doubles titles, and he also led his Australian team to 5 Davis Cup victories. One of the best, an icon in Rod Laver. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet Channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants take on the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius and XM Channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864. 4:07 p.m., LA Angels take on the Cleveland Guardians. Angels on Sirius 132, XM 187, and Internet 853, Guardians on Internet 848. 7:10 p.m., Boston Red Sox take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Red Sox on Sirius 208, XM 175, and Internet 844. Cardinals on Internet 865. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 89. In the NASCAR Cup Series at 3:12 p.m., catch full coverage of the Goodyear 400 on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 90. In the NBA, 6 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the Utah Jazz. Hawks on Sirius 103, XM 213, and Internet 800. Jazz on Internet 908. 6 p.m., Boston Celtics take on the Washington Wizards. Celtics on Sirius 108, XM 213, and Internet 881. Wizards on Internet 909. 6 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Sacramento Kings. Cavs on Sirius and XM Channels 86, Internet 885. Kings on Internet 905. 6 p.m., Portland Trailblazers take on the San Antonio Spurs. Blazers on Sirius 106, XM 212, and Internet 904. Spurs on Internet 906. 7 p.m., New York Knicks face the Phoenix Suns. Knicks on Sirius 94, XM 216, and Internet 899. Suns on Internet 903. 8 p.m., Denver Nuggets take on the Indiana Pacers. Nuggets on Sirius 146, XM 217, and Internet 887. Pacers on Internet 891. 8:30 p.m., Golden State Warriors take on the Houston Rockets. Warriors on Sirius and XM Channels 86, Internet 889. Rockets on Internet 890. 8:30 p.m., New Orleans Pelicans take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Pelicans on Sirius 106, XM 212, and Internet 898. Bucks on Internet 896. In the NHL, 5 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Columbus Blue Jackets. Senators on XM 219, Internet 939. Jackets on Internet 927. 5:30 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Florida Panthers. Red Wings on XM 220, Internet 929. Panthers on Internet 931. 6 p.m., Buffalo Sabres face the Boston Bruins. Sabres on Sirius and XM Channels 91, Internet 922. Bruins on Internet 921. 6 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Blackhawks on XM 221, Internet 925. Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m., Nashville Predators take on the Montreal Canadiens. Predators on XM 222, Internet 935. Canadiens on Internet 934. 10 p.m., Vancouver Canucks face the Vegas Golden Knights. Canucks on Sirius and XM Channels 91, Internet 948. Knights on Internet 949. In the UFL, 6:30 p.m., St. Louis Battlehawks take on the San Antonio Brahmas on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 83. In the USL, 4 p.m., San Antonio FC take on Phoenix Rising FC on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 157. In NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., Stanford takes on Texas Tech on XM and Internet 371. In NCAA College Soccer, 5 p.m., LSU faces Alabama on XM and Internet 374. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet Channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants take on the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius and XM Channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864.
The PGA Tour comes to life on Sirius XM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, Sirius XM 92.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. May 15th, 1973. July 15th, 1973. September 28th, 1974. June 1st, 1975. September 26th, 1981. June 11th, 1990, and May 1st, 1991. All these dates have one thing in common. Nolan Ryan. Taken by the New York Mets in the 12th round of the 1965 amateur draft, the Texas native made his major league debut a year later and was a member of the 1969 Miracle Mets. Mets, but his path to fame came with the California Angels, whom acquired Nolan in time for the 1972 season. He was an all-star that first summer in Anaheim, recording 19 wins. The next season, Ryan earned 21 wins and recorded the first 2 no-hitters of his stellar career, blanking the Royals and then the Tigers. In 1974, Ryan racked up 22 wins, a career high, and also his third no-hitter, this time shutting down the Twins. Both of those years, he finished in the top 3 for the Cy Young Award as top pitcher, an award he never won. Ryan's fourth no-hitter came in a 1-0 win over the Orioles in 1975. The Ryan Express had to wait 6 years before his next no-no, getting it in a Houston Astros uniform against the LA Dodgers. By 1989, Ryan was a Texas Ranger and became the first player in Major League Baseball history to play for all 4 original expansion teams. The following season, he pitched his 6th no-hitter, this time against the Oakland A's. But he had one more no-hitter up his sleeve against the Toronto Blue Jays on May 1st, 1991. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
SiriusXM has soccer covered end to end. SiriusXM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's SiriusXM FC on Channel 157.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Sunday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS at 7 p.m., Inter Miami faces Toronto FC on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet Channel 1999. In Major League Baseball, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco Giants taking the Seattle Mariners. Giants on Sirius XM Channels 89, Internet 863, Mariners on Internet 864. 4:07 p.m., LA Angels taking the Cleveland Guardians. Angels on Sirius 132, XM 187, and Internet 853, Guardians on Internet 848. 7:10 p.m., Boston Red Sox taking the St. Louis Cardinals. Red Sox on Sirius 208, XM